culturally, those who talk about Indian morals or Indian values or Indian culture have not read any of the Indian texts. I'm not even going to texts like Kama Sutra. They've not even read the Ramayana and Mahabharata, which are books, which are epics filled with sexual innuendos, very direct sexual innuendos. So they haven't read it. They don't understand Indian culture. Indian culture is about actions and causes, so they don't read Indian culture. They haven't even gone to our temples with a description of sexual. So this bogus argument of culture is absolutely that, a bogus argument. Point number one. Point number two, let's look at it practically in today's day. If sex was really that bad, we wouldn't be the world's second most populous country, on our way to become the world's most populous country. So the simple reason sex education is simply not about biology, about teaching about the two reproductive systems. It's a lot more. And as we were discussing off the camera, it's about teaching psychology, it's about teaching women, it's about gender sensitization, it's about teaching men how to respect women, women how to respect men, and their sexual autonomy and their sexual anatomy, both of these things, autonomy and anatomy. Because it's about learning what is the right touch and what is the wrong touch, not just for girls, even for young boys, because we know there are a lot of pedophiles on the run.
Only mindless imitation of waste, just because something is taking place in waste and we have to import it and we have to copy it from waste, that is not going to serve the purpose in India. So we have to actually create.
Can you tell me specifically, sir, what in that content is that you find objectionable? Can you be very specific on what did you find objectionable? Surely you don't think, Mr. Reputed person, that the teachers are practically teaching sex education. So what did you find objectionable? Be very specific. Don't get into vague ideas of Europe, India, Indian culture. Be specific.
तो मेरा मानना ये है कि सेक्स एजुकेशन या किसी भी तरह के ऐसे एजुकेशनल इंटरवेंशन प्रोग्राम का जो उद्देश्य है वो चरित्र निर्माण और व्यक्तित्व विकास और साथ में जो भारत की सभ्यता और संस्कृति है उसके प्रति एक बृहद अवधारणा विकसित करना है, तो उस कंडीशन में सेक्स एजुकेशन अब तक कितना सफल हुआ है, इस बात को हमें वास्तव में क्रिटिसाइज करना पड़ेगा। हमें देखना पड़ेगा कि जिन देशों में सेक्स एजुकेशन को इंट्रोड्यूस किया गया है वहां पे जो आपने क्राइम्स और ये सब चीजें बताई हैं वहां होती हैं कि नहीं होती हैं। तो मुझे तो ऐसा लगता है कि वहां कुछ ज्यादा ही होती हैं ब्रिटेन में और आपके वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज में।
Every human being goes through changes during puberty, and don't you think if a young boy or a young girl has questions about his or her changing body, अगर उसको ऑपोजिट सेक्स या सेम सेक्स के साथ अट्रैक्शन होता है, आपको नहीं लगता कि अगर सही तरीके से उसको इसके बारे में जानकारी दी जाए, that person can grow to become a more cultured individual in terms of bad touch and good touch. अगर हम ये एडुकेशन दे बच्चों को, it's not just about how to have sex, it's not about pornography, but it is about telling a person about the body, about hygiene, about conception, and about preventing sexual crimes.
This idea of banning condoms, why can't people in a consensual monogamous relationship be not be using condoms? Ultimately, it's also to reduce the population, and God knows, apart from the HIV bomb, we're sitting on a population bomb. Why should that be banned? I mean, why should that you speak against wearing condoms? Why this idea that wearing condoms means you're in an illicit relationship?
101%, there is no doubt you should have a national or a state level curriculum which is designed for that particular state, which covers all the sensitivities which is required to be addressed. And yes, the curriculum must be embedded in the educational system itself. Now what happens, there are a lot of things which are going on in other schools nowadays. For example, I'll talk about Gujarat. In Gujarat, almost all schools have a formal or an informal way in which sex education is imparted to the children.